good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Monday morning. Another week, another day, another Qigong class. Here we all are. Adding our gongs, Qigong, which means life force practice. And here we all are this morning to join together at 8 o'clock-ish, just about. 4 minutes past this morning, not too bad by my standards. Yesterday, Jules was terrible. It was 10 past. It was a Sunday though, and I couldn't get out of bed. I was so tired. Anyway, we did it. And here we are again now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our lovely, lovely, lovely community of Qigongers, where we all meet every morning and we share our troubles, our sadness, our happiness, our very life force. Remember, life force, that's the energy in our cells. That's what makes us feel alive. It's what makes us feel healthy. This is what we're doing every day. We are adding to it every day. Practice, 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 making these little grassroots shifts, increasing our energy one drop at a time. Yeah, I know, you didn't tell me off yesterday, actually. I told myself off. I just couldn't get out of bed. I was so tired. Honestly, I'm going through this massive healing thing going on at the moment. It's all to do with what's going on down here. And I need my sleep, which is, of course, what I tell you all, which is healing crisis, which is basically if your body's asking for more sleep than normal, that is a sure sign of a healing crisis, as is emotional reactions. But sleep is a big one. Right, and we just remember to start this class very gently. We're just going to shake and tap out that which doesn't serve us. We're going to purge and nourish. We're going to purge out things which don't belong in our bodies anymore. What happens is if you imagine your body like a house, this kind of lower area is like the basement where you're just putting all the stuff you don't want. You just keep dumping it down there, think I'll deal with it. And then suddenly you go down there and you realise you've got all this clutter. And you think, oh my goodness, I need to get rid of all this. That's what's going on in the body. That's what tends to get pushed down into this area, into abdominal fat, into joint pain, into kind of fat round here, kind of tissues expanding around here. It's because we're carrying baggage that the body simply doesn't need, but it simply doesn't have the resources each day to deal with. So what we're going to do with this class is we're going to give ourselves a sort of gentle 45 minutes to just allow it to shift bit by bit. Bit by bit. So we're purging out that which doesn't serve and we're bringing in that which does. Slowly. And you will feel these little imperceptible changes as you go along. Suddenly you'll notice your waist will suddenly come back, or your sleep will be improved, or you won't need the loo quite so many times at night, or you laugh a bit more. This is what we're looking at. It's like grassroots, yang sheng, nurture life. It's like a garden. And we start with this lovely shake. Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Just do one more. Breathe in. And now, as you breathe, go to this area, the dantian. This is the lower abdomen. This is where the qi gets made. It's down here. The qi comes in two forms into the body, via breath and via food. And of course we also have inherited qi, which is from our constitutions. If you've got a strong family, you're in luck. Because normally a strong constitution means you've kind of like, you can punish yourself a bit more than someone like me. I've got a weak constitution, so I have to really watch it. But you can make up for anything. Any deficiencies can be made up for by awareness and practice. So this is where we're going to breathe. We breathe in and we smile and we breathe out. That's our breath. It's a big, nice, low, strong breath down into the dantian. Let's just get your practice down a bit. Oh, down, just shake it down. You just get my middle wiggly in. Get that adhesion, which is going. The more we do this class, the more I have to wiggle my middle. I suggest you do the same. It's really good for your abdominals. There we go. Now, take your tapper. Don't worry if you don't have one. If you do, use it please. If you don't worry. Please just use a loosely clenched fist and follow the pattern I'm showing you. I used a loosely clenched fist for ages before we even had the tapper. Breathe, smile. Tap, tap, tap. So good for your skin as well. People forget that bit. I've got quite moly skin. And all my moles are practically gone since I've been tapping. It's amazing. It's made my skin tone a lot more even, a lot less pigmented. And it's really good for the kind of the hydration of the skin. I don't use oil on my skin anymore. Well, I mean, I do if I'm gua sharing, but like on a general basis, I don't slather myself in lotion anymore. I don't need to because the tapper does it for you. So again, another saving, because by doing this, which is so good for your health, it means you're saving yourself the effort of having to buy body lotions, put them on, chuck the bottle away, and all the plastic that's involved in the whole process. You just use this, you use your blood, use your circulation, breathe, pay attention to your joints, tap the soft area of the joints. If you're using your hand, that's fine, just tap. Tap in the same way. Tap your back, but if you don't have a tapper, this is a really good spot just for tapping. Oh, it really goes onto the back there. It's great. This is a good one in the day. Don't just all go like that. That doesn't work. That won't do anything. This works. I keep my tapper by my desk though. I have one up here and I have one down there. I didn't own here you, I just have one and I just take it with me. But there are some perks. I get the old samples. Well, I do until my kids nick them and then they go, oh, Mum, can I have it? And then I've got, like now, I've got no rose quartz again. Honestly, had 2 before for this very exercise. Tap your thymus, so good for the immune system. We are not out of the woods yet. We want to keep that immune system strong. Tap, tap, tap. Around the abdomen. Again. Nice to use the hands. Breathe. Use your tapper. Tap, tap, tap. Breathe down into the lower belly. Tapping is so good for the lymphatics, heavy legs, cellulite, skin elasticity, skin hydration, joints, pain, circulation. If things aren't quite getting down to your feet, get numbness, pins and needles, stiffness, all of that from tapping. Not to mention, you're tapping into the stem cells which are deep in the long bones of the body. They are the very elixir of youth. You want to be stimulating them. Breathe, because you're allowing the bones of the cell bones to open just a tiny bit by vibrating them. And you want this deep oxygen orbiting around the circulation. That's why I like you to tap at the end of the class as well as at the beginning. At the beginning, this is just about getting everything waking up, opening up, freeing out anything which we don't want. And at the end, you just want to make sure that you're tapping all of that lovely chi that we've made deep back into those stem cells. That's what we want. That's the engagement. That's why they spent so long doing it. Tap, 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 tap. Back to the knees. Really good for joint pain. Lower calves. Lower calves is very good for back pain. We treat the back pain with lower calf acupuncture often, not always, but very regularly, or in addition to. Tap your feet. You want to engage. The kidney 1 point is down there. It's a very important point in the body. Do the other foot. There's a 5-point sequence, by the way, if anyone's interested, in acupuncture, which we do, which is a kind of earth sequence, which is really good for kind of like spiritual grounding and kind of keeping this chi of the body circulating. And the 5 points are kidney 1, which is at the base of the foot where we're just tapping now. Pericardium 8, which is about here on the forearm. And Tianden, which is this one here. And those 5 points is a very nice little sequence for kind of getting the body centered and grounded and harmonized. And we're doing it. It's a tapper. You twist on the feet, do the forearms. You see, this is what's so brilliant about the tapping, that with the right information, and we'll do this one at the end when we've done the healing sounds, but with the right information, you're kind of addressing things that you would be paying quite a lot of money for in clinic, because it takes us years to become acupuncturists. It's a long old course. It took me 5 years to qualify across all the different things, because I did TCM and then thought, hang on a minute, I need to do 5 elements, so I went back 2 years and started again. And still I wasn't happy. And that's when I went into all the Basi chart reading. Just do your back. That's where the tapper comes into its own, where you want to do that spine. You see, just here. And then over your head. And breathe and smile and breathe, breathe, tap, tap, tap. This is very good, by the way, folks. Tapping this bit here of the head, like roughly here, is very good for lifting the eyes in beauty. I know, isn't that weird? Because this here has this effect on the face. And often, because there's acupuncture points in that area there, that we would be stimulating to just ensure that the chi is circulating up there really nicely. So use your tapper for that. Let's get Oscar out. Can you see these points here? They're all at the front. And when you stimulate them, it has this effect on the face. And the reason I found that out was because I was fiddling about, because my eye here was getting ever so slightly hoodie. It was from having Botox. Because when I had the Botox, it kind of did that to my eyes. And of course, now I want to lift it back up. And I've kind of gone so far with this. And then I realised that we needed to go further in. So I was looking in the books over the weekend. I thought, oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. You can do it by tapping. So that's quite a useful little technique. So now let's take that into our chests. Think white. Think lungs. Think courage, think gratitude, more to the point, gratitude. Smile. Oh, the spiky mouth whilst tapping that would be amazing. You can gua sha those points as well. Use the comb. That's why we use the comb in the head. It's really good for the face. You see, the face doesn't just stop here. It goes into the hairline. These meridians go all over the head. That's why the comb was there. That's why I brought it out. You want a comb as well. You want to add it in, okay? Think red, think love. Go to your left-hand side. I now hide what I'm doing so there's no confusion. Go to your left-hand side, to the bottom of the ribs here. We're going to do the healing sounds. Remember the spleen, which is yellow, which is trust and the path of righteousness. And yellow, and the sound is Now go to your right-hand side, your right under the ribs, the liver, which is green, and trust and compassion and kindness. Go to your kidneys, which are on your back. Think black, think wisdom, and the sound is Chu. Chu. And down your sides, it's the other side of fire and the heart, which is the circulation. It's about the language that goes on inside your body that talks to itself. Like if you cut yourself here and your body knows what to do. That's what we're doing here. This is Jules. Wow, it's not often you give me a compliment. Goodness, I am honoured. It's because I had some sleep over the weekend. I think that's why. I don't know, as I said, I'm having a bit of a healing moment going on, and there's definitely some stuff shifting, which seems to involve me spending vast quantities of time spark out. But anyway, right, so just get your crystal, put it over your third eye. If not, don't worry, take your 2 fingers here and just circle. Remember, this is the final point of that 5-point sequence that I'm just kind of adding in now for shits and giggles. Why not? Let's just put it there. We're just going to go back over the sounds. Take yourself to your inner world. Breathe in. And just take a crystal, tap, tap, tap at the top of your head, tap, tap, tap. Breathe and smile. And just allow that lovely feeling. This is grace, okay? This is grace. This is us in our higher selves. This is how the body likes to feel all the time. Then life will just pull us down and drive us down into the quagmire of human evils, as we call them, which is worry and fear and anger and frustration and anxiety. Those are the evils, and by working on our higher selves, we work to transcend those, which is called emotional alchemy. and to operate and navigate our life through our higher selves, which is a much easier way of doing it, on the basis that we are clearing our soul and clearing our energy. So on our very last breath, we take it out through this very top point here, and it goes right up into the universe, where we go into eternity and vibration. And the rules of the game are you want to be as clear and as light as you possibly can. And that's why the masters taught us to do the healing sounds every day. So we kind of got the feeling of it, because that feeling of lightness and harmony that you get at the end of those sounds, that's what we're aiming for all day long, okay? And the harder it is, the more rewarding the spiritual reward becomes. That's the kind of the green pastures at the end of our suffering. And we all suffer, sadly. I wish we didn't, but we do. And here we all are together in this lovely, lovely group to kind of help each other on our journey of 10,000 miles with these early single steps that we're doing right now. So there we go. So that's a lovely bit. Now, one of our ladies sent me a really nice post yesterday saying that 1 minute of laughter boosts the immune system for 24 hours. How cool is that? So given that we've all been laughing our way through lockdown for the last 12 weeks, I think it's been now, without missing a beat. So let's kind of make a bit of a conscious effort to do a minute. I don't know if I can count a minute. Jules, if you're ready. Jules, you're going to have to tell me when a minute is over, because we are starting. We're going to do a minute now. I don't know if I can actually do a minute. Let's see. It's quite hard to laugh for a minute. Fake it to make it, folks. I don't know if anyone watched Michael McIntyre on Saturday night with the karaoke. Oh my God, I was laughing. I was laughing for more than a minute then. That was absolutely priceless. Where they had to take that guy on, and he was playing it really beautifully, and then he'd had people doing karaoke unaware. And they were like, oh, no, 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 and they were really humiliated. Keep going. Jules, how are we doing? That must have been a minute. Oh, for goodness sake, Jules. Right, Colgap, Catherine, you said it's a minute. Right, okay, well, that was a minute-ish. Okay, so basically, if your immune system goes faulty after 23 hours, it's Jules' fault, everyone, okay, because you didn't time it properly. Right, anyway, that's quite hard going to laugh for a minute, unless you are indeed watching Michael McIntyre doing the karaoke thing, because it was absolutely hilarious. But anyway, right, okay, so... right, what are we doing? I've totally lost track because I want to talk about sciatica for a second. So, right, we've done our laughter, so now we're going to take ourselves into our inner world. But I just want to say, sciatica lady, the best thing to do for sciatica is comb and gua sha down the sides of the leg, okay? Like all down the gallbladder channel. So down here and all the way down the sides of the leg. That really, really helps sciatica, but really get that sha up. It will totally release it, okay? Right. Now remember to go back into your lower breathing down here. Remember, we've just amplified all that lovely vibration. We've got really good quality chi now moving around the body. So the next step is to really get that moving. Okay, we've chucked out all the stuff that doesn't serve us. We've brought in really good quality stuff. Now we've got to move it around. So put your feet shoulder width apart, hands on your hips. Breathe. Do your tortoise gaze. Go to your inner world, please. Breathe and stretch. Go inside. Breathe. Breathe and stretch, smile. Remember, go the other way, the corners of the mouth, just slightly up. Practice your inner Mona Lisa. Jules, we still haven't put that up. Can you put another note down about that? Sorry, I only ever remember when we're doing this class. I really want to get that Mona Lisa picture up. Breathe. Just allow this beautiful stretch. And just take your hands. Let's just rub your lower tummy and your lower back. Just rub. Clockwise, just warm. It's called like the cinnabar down here. It's like a fire stoking with energy. Just warm. Breathe, smile into the lower dantian here. Smile. It's really good for back pain actually, as well as for your energy. Smile. And breathe. Right, now stand with your feet together. And lift the sky. Pull in. Breathe out. Breathe 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 in. Breathe out. Reverse, breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes and the tortoise gaze. Keep your attention inside. house blade, put your legs side by side. Now we're going to push down again through this kidney 1 point, the soles of the feet, that kind of go onto your tiptoe and push, pull up from up at the top. We're creating this lovely stretch. We're pushing things down and stretching everything up. Breathe in, up, push. Don't worry if you can't go onto tiptoes. Don't worry if you're wobbling. I wobble. Depends what's going on in my body. But just push down. If you can't bend your knees or you can't go onto your tiptoes, just push. Stand with your feet on the ground. Send your intention down through the soles of your feet. Pull in your pelvic floor, your lower tummy. Here, push up, pull and smile. Up, down, breathe. There's me just saying about falling over and losing my balance. I just did. Right, there we go. Don't worry, just go back in or stay as you are. Pull in, pull up, push down, breathe and smile. Down, take a breath. Now the next exercise, Ironshirt Qigong. This is a really intense healing modality where we're basically impacting oxygen into every cell of the body. Start with your hands like this. When I say open, we open and we breathe. When I'm doing this, it means just keep breathing and breathing and breathing. You're not holding your breath, you're like a balloon. Okay, so you want to keep that breath coming in, you want to pack it into every single cell of the body. So open and breathe. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now with this lovely energy now, we've got this really intense oxygenated energy now moving all around the body. And now we're going to spin it. With these last two exercises, we're creating big circles in the body. Small ones with the spinning dragon and then big ones with the crystal spinning that we do at the end. So this is where the exercise gets a little bit more dynamic. And that we're really moving that energy into the body. So take your hands, put them in prayer, put your hip to one side, your hands to the other. You will feel the tightness, pull in your stomach and swap. And swap. Now depending on your ability, where your body is at this moment in time, you can stay at this level. This level is fine. You are massaging all of the digestive organs of the body. You're massaging, indeed, every single one of the 12 organs of the body by staying at this level. And remember, when I'm talking to you about Chinese medicine, that is where everything, it's base command, okay? Everything is orchestrated from those organs. The brain has nothing to do with it, okay? The three treasures in Chinese medicine, Jing, Shen, and Qi, okay? Jing is essence, basically life-forming essence, constitution, sex hormones. Qi is the energy of the body, and Shen is the blood and the emotion patterns of the body. It's all in the body. The brain has nothing to do with any of it. The brain is just an extension of the kidneys in Chinese medicine, which is why exercises like this are so good, because it's a very water-based exercise. It strengthens the kidneys, which in turn strengthens the marrow, which in turn strengthens your memory, your ability to kind of think, do things, remember things, retain information, understand information, basically the functioning of the brain, but it's controlled by the kidneys. And you want to strengthen your kidneys because our kidneys get exhausted by this crazy pace of life. that's just leeching our energy day by day, causing us to get sick. And that's why we do Qigong, life force practice. It strengthens it back up again. So just, if you can, take this exercise down. Just, there was a few questions earlier about hair thinning. Let me just address that for a sec, because this seems to be a nice exercise for me to just pick up a topic. Yesterday we were doing periods and migraines. Today let's do hair thinning. We were doing it slightly earlier, but thinning hair is basically to do with the kidneys. It's also got a little bit to do with the lungs, but it's mainly the kidney energy. If there's too much heat in the body and the kidneys are too weak and too stressed, the hair will thin in the case of women and it will fall out in the case of men. Why? Because men are naturally hotter than us in the first place. You only need to sit in a car with a man and a woman to recognise that that is indeed the case as we start squabbling over the temperature. It's also, you need to understand actually that when we're having sex, women take longer to warm up than men. It's one of the reasons why women often don't reach orgasm. It's a topic for another day, which I shall be writing about extensively, but it's terribly interesting. But anyway, let's not digress into that because it's a topic in its own right. But in terms of hair, what's happening is if the kidneys are getting weak by life, then the body will preserve the life of the kidneys because they're keeping you alive by making compromises elsewhere. It's a bit like it's like your household budget. If you've had to take an income hit or you're trying to save up for a bigger mortgage, you've got to make cuttings elsewhere. So you cut down on, say, your food bill or your holiday bill or your entertainment bill or your petrol or, things. You just make savings elsewhere. The body does the same thing, and so therefore it will not allow the energy to go to the head because it needs to keep it down here. So it pulls the energy down, therefore there's not enough qi and blood going up, nourishing the follicle of the hair. So it will start to thin. So if your hair is thinning, it's a sure sign that the kidneys are not happy. So what you need to do is you've got to strengthen the overall qi and blood of the body, which is qigong and meditation, because there's no point encouraging the circulation back up there if the circulation's weak, because actually that's not good for you. You've got to strengthen the circulation first. You've got to do these exercises, breathe, do the meditations, do the qigong, do the 12 rivers. Jules, can you just put Aaron's address back up there again? We just did a competition, actually. We'll be doing more because I'm so passionate about getting you to do these 12 rivers. It's the next stage along from what we're doing. You've got to strengthen these organs of the body. You've got to get your rivers flowing with chi, okay? If your hair's getting thin, it means it's drying up. The kidney channel isn't strong. We've got to strengthen it. And then use the comb and the tapper, because then you've got nice strong chi and blood, and you just need to encourage it up into the area. So I have thin hair. I comb my head every single night for like 5 minutes. Go over and over and over. Then I tap it with you guys in the morning every day. That's what I do to keep my hair strong. But that makes a massive difference. But it won't work just buying serums and supplements. They won't work. They won't work. You're wasting your money. It's useful to use these. I tried them all before I understood all this. I tried all of that stuff anyway. None of it worked. None of it. Just ended up with gloopy, sticky hair, which really annoyed me. Which probably did more harm than good because I kept having to wash it. But this exercise is really good for the kidneys. If you do this exercise and then tap, now that is good for your hair. Because you're creating a lovely, strong kidney energy and you're sending it all the way up the spine. You're taking it all the way down and then all the way up. And breathe. Just think about the amount of beautiful breaths that we do in this it's a 45-minute class, it seems to be. It's supposed to be half an hour, but it never is. Never is. So it's not half an hour, it's 45 minutes. And then the idea is that if you learn the 12 rivers with Aaron, you've then got your 15-minute sequence to add to the end of this. So once you and I finish, there, right, if you grab your crystals now, or anything, grab anything. I've just got crystals because I have them. Oh, my hair's, talking of hair, it's doing rather weird things now from that, never mind. Right, so stand with your feet. Sorry, I don't need to spewed contents of my suitcase from London either. Right, legs in horse stance, hold your hands, breathe. Now really stretch. Really enjoy this lovely exercise. And breathe. So you do the 45 minutes with me, and then you would just add on the 12 rivers. There's all these exercises I'm doing with you. These are the general ones which are going to get everything. It's like an overall improvement, okay? And they work. They've been very carefully thought through. They're all in my book. They're all demonstrated on the website. They're all here to help you. They're very good exercises. They're very profound. And you can just stop with these exercises. Of course, you're the whole point of this brand. There's an awful lot of free stuff that we do for you. And if you do this free stuff, you'll be okay. But there is extra stuff to add on. And the idea of the 12 rivers is it's the next step of the journey, okay? It's very important that we try and give you an integrated approach. It's not just this or this or this, and then it all gets terribly confusing. I found that with yoga myself. I just didn't really know what I was doing, which was better for me, which wasn't. A lot of misinformation, a lot of good information, but I didn't know where to turn to kind of work it all out. Whereas with Qigong, to me, this makes sense. You have these basic exercises like this, which basically give you a general uplift, make a profound difference to the way that you're feeling. And then you add on the next sequence, which is one movement. Oh, hello, Salvador. Which is one movement per organ. 12 organs of the body. Each body has a movement. Each movement takes a minute, give or take. That's your 15 minutes. And then you really are in good shape. Then you're really strong. There is another sequence after that, which is called Heaven and Earth, which builds up the reservoirs of chi underneath. That would take another 10 minutes. And the idea is really, once you've learnt the movements with me, and you've learned the movements with Aaron, you don't need us anymore. I mean, you are, of course, welcome. Everyone is welcome. But the idea is that then you can self-practice. Then you don't need all these gym memberships and things. You don't need to do it. You just do it at home. You don't need it. You just do this. There's going to be some quite exciting Qigong things we are going to be offering you. Watch this space. I'm not allowed to say any more. I've been sworn to promise I'm allowed to say that much and nothing else. So, Katie, you're not allowed to steal the thunder. I'm like, all right. Me, give it all away. No, never. There. Right, and then with my crazy hair, which I don't know what it's doing. Talking of hair, I don't quite know what's going on there. Never mind. Right. Imagine a retreat. Don't you worry. We will do a retreat. We will. We're going to get John Monroe over. We're going to do a retreat. It's going to be fab. But we're probably going to do some day retreats. There's all sorts of things, but we'll start those in September because we've got something very exciting starting in a couple of weeks' time for all of you, which will be more than enough to keep us going until September. Then in September, we'll do the next thing, okay? And then we'll start retreats in the new year, something like that. One thing at a time. My poor little team, honestly. There's only a few of us. There's only me and Jules to start with. Well, thank you. I'm only just saying what I find, okay? Because I find there's an awful lot of confusion out there. I get confused. I mean, if I get confused and I know what's going on, then goodness knows what's happening for everybody else. So just remember now, guys, please tap at the end. Don't just go, I can't be bothered. It's like, no, do. You need to tap. You've got lovely, like, check in. How nice does your body feel right now? This lovely, gracious energy. It's all moving around the body. Everything feels good. So you need to tap it now. Back. Tap, tap, tap. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Tap. Tap the soft parts of your joints. Tap those long bones. Open those cells just like microscopically to get this lovely chi deep into the stem cells. That's what we're doing. That's why the masters would tap before and after. They wouldn't just like whack themselves half-heartedly for 5 seconds and then go, right, I've got to go make breakfast for my kids, which is what I've got to do. But we've got to learn from their wisdom and apply it. Okay, that's the whole point of the Haley brand, ancient wisdom for modern life. We've got to use it and apply it as best we can. So they did 20 minutes. We're not going to do 20 minutes. I don't do 20 minutes. I do about 2. And that will do the trick. Thinning hair people, headache people, muzzy head people, people who can't quite remember words as quickly as they used to people. Tap your head. Tap, tap, tap. Jasmine, are you doing your singing bowls today? My favourite. Jules has literally witnessed me leave meetings early. Sorry, I've got to go. Jasmine's playing. And she's just leaving her. Jules, just make the decisions. I don't know. Jasmine's playing, so I have to go listen. Jasmine, are you playing today? Or was that just a special treat for last week? I love your singing bowls. Jasmine might have gone already, of course. So if Jasmine's gone, I don't know. Normally she does singing bowls at 12:15. And oh boy, are they lovely. Oh, yes. Hi, Jasmine. Are you doing them? 12:15. Yay! Okay, great. Oh, I love the singing bowls too. If anyone has not listened to this singing bowl meditation, oh my God, like the best thing. Jules loves it. She plays it for me. She has it on speed dial on her phone to shut me up when I get overstressed or talk too much. Moi? She goes, Katie, listen to Jasmine. And then Jasmine starts playing. Honestly, it's like Sheldon when you play that kitty song. But way more sophisticated. Good. So 12:15, everybody. I will be there listening to Jasmine, and that then morphs itself beautifully into my guided meditation, which, let me say, if I've been listening to Jasmine, is not very guided because I'm completely away with the fairies. So just jump straight over on me. I'll get you back down there, and we stay there for 20 extra blissful minutes. Okay, one of these days, Jasmine, we'll have to do this together. And then I'll just sit there reminding people to breathe every now and then. Thank you so much. I love Jasmine's singing bowl, so please do listen to that at 12:15, and I will see you at 12:30. Thank you all so much. I'm glad everyone's happy. And tap, 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 and I will see you at 12:15 with Jasmine. Take care.